Adventurers! I am here at Plum Lake Hemlock Forest, the natural area. There is a small trail here called the Tramper's Trail. We're going to check it out. Alright, so this hemlock forest here is a protected forest. It's part of an old growth network, which is an organization that tries to protect old growth forests, or protect forest land. So this forest here is over 100 years old. It has not been logged within the last 100 years and is protected from logging in the future. Very rare to find across the United States these days. They are starting to protect some of these forests, which is nice, from logging, but you'll see that they have a very unique ecology because they've been left alone untouched for so long. So yeah, this trail is about 2.5 to 3 miles long. It's kind of a very rough trail. It's not really marked or not very well traveled, so the very beginning here is a decent trail, but I think it dies off pretty quickly. Yeah, it's rained all night last night. I drove here and slept here in the parking lot last night, and then yeah, it rained all night, and it's still kind of sprinkling now, but it's kind of died down. Yeah. So here is the loop. I believe we go that way, and I should come out this side. Hopefully, if things work out properly. A beautiful lake overlook. This is Star Lake. Look at these monstrous white pines. So this here is a mushroom. It is called a hemlock varnish shelf. Pretty cool. This is a good example of what the difference is between an old growth forest and, say, maybe your local state park. You notice all of this moss on the ground here. You don't normally see that at state parks or more commonly traveled areas because they're very fragile. Someone walking on that will kill them. They don't really grow into the ground very well. They kind of just sit on top. And if you step on them, they kind of rip out their roots and kill them. So that's why you don't really see a lot of that in more commonly traveled areas, is because a lot of people don't stick to the trail and they'll walk over it and they don't thrive like they do here in this old growth forest. Because if they're left alone and untouched, they will cover everything. Everything will be covered in moss. And it's absolutely gorgeous when it does so. So if you see moss like this on a hike of your own, try to be gentle. You'll notice there's no moss growing on the trail. That's why they say to stick to the trail. Well, this is very interesting. I researched this place and it said absolutely no camping. Camping is prohibited. But here's a big campsite with a big fire pit, picnic table, right on the water. I wonder if it's a water site or something. I don't know. I would have loved to camp here last night. This sign here says this this campsite is for water access only. So maybe that's why my thing said no camping. Once again, here's Star Lake. It's a very beautiful lake. It's a little choppy now, but it was extremely calm last night. It was just a mirror. The bottom looks sandy, nice sandy beach. Gorgeous place to come. Not a lot of wildlife so far, but it's understandable. It's raining. They're probably all hunkered down. But last night on my way here, 7:30, and I was driving on the highway. I was almost here, and all of a sudden I see a deer standing on the side of the road. Just like right on the shoulder, like right on the line. So it scared me. I slammed on my brakes and slowed down. And then he just ran off in the woods. But it scared me a little bit. I have people ask me all the time, aren't you scared of going backpacking alone? Aren't you scared of bears? Aren't you scared of this? Aren't you scared of ticks? This and that. The one thing I am scared of is hitting a deer while I'm driving to a location. That's the one thing I am scared of. So it made my heart skip a beat. But I continued. Not 30 seconds later, I come around the corner and there's this gray silhouette in the road. I'm like, what is that? It blended right in with the asphalt. It was like the same color. But then as I got closer, I saw it was a crane. Just a crane just standing in the middle of the road. So I had to slam on my brakes. Again, within like 30 seconds of each other. Oh. And then again, about 2 minutes later, I came around a corner and there's another deer just standing in the middle of the road. So I had to slam on my brakes again. All of that within like 2 minutes. It was crazy. But of course, no wildlife on the trail. Alrighty. We're back at the parking lot. This is a rock dedicated to preservation councils members. Died in 1999, so they placed a rock here to commemorate him. Anyway, this is a good hike. This is a beautiful, beautiful area. One thing I really like about it is there's nobody here. Like I said, I slept in the parking lot right here, and I didn't see anybody all night. Plum Lake Hemlock Forest State Natural Area. So that does it for this week. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. And join me next week on Happy Trail Backpacking.